lightsabers, revelations, and previous Jedi awesome beards, and a whole lot more here on today's episode of Two Geeks and a Microphone. Join the fray. Awesome beards, and a whole lot more here on today's episode.
I hate that loop.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land. And looks like we got bugs again.
It's all good. Everybody, we're so glad that you're here with us because we are talking once again more Ahsoka, or as my wife said the first week, Ahsoka. So anyway, we're having a great time enjoying. And so Mike and I have really struggled to quote unquote save it for the podcast.
This one was tough too. I really wanted to call you Tuesday night after. I mean, I texted. Well, actually, I think you texted me first. I was about to text you, and then I was like, "Save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast."
Right.
But I did really want to talk about this.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So everybody, we're so appreciative that you're here with us today. We're just going to get into it because we've got a lot to talk about this episode. So with that being said, Mike, do you want to, are we ready to just go ahead and go into geeky news and then Geekdar?
Yeah, let's do the geeky news. All right, so I have one item for the geeky news, and let me share that. So
he's bringing it up on the screen, everybody. So for those of you who are on our audio, you probably want to make sure you go to our YouTube channel and check out our video this
time. Well, we do stuff on video. I mean, come on. So our friend John Jackson Miller, friend of the show, we have had him on previously. He is a well-known Star Wars author, and he just announced yesterday that he will be releasing a new Star Wars novel entitled The Living Force. It will be released April 9th of next year, the hardcover one, and the audiobook and the ebook. So, what?
I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it says a grand adventure featuring every member of the Jedi Council in the year before Episode 1. I am really looking forward to that one. I will definitely be buying this book. I'm
Interesting.
So and John Jackson Miller, he wrote the Kenobi novel. He wrote A New Dawn, which was the first official Disney canon Star Wars novel, and it was also kind of the introduction to Rebels. I don't think there's really any Ahsoka in that, but if you want an introduction to Rebels, that'd be a good book to get. Although I have to admit, I had a hard time reading that book. No offense to our friend John Jackson. He's a fantastic author, and I think Kenobi is an awesome novel, by the way. One of my favorites. But I did struggle with the New Hope, or the New Dawn. That's what it's called. I struggled with that one. But again, if you want a good kickoff to Rebels, there you go. That's where you start. He also did a few other Star Wars novels. He's wrote for Battlestar Galactica comic series,
Star Trek.
Star Trek. And he's done Picard. He's done some of the new Picard books and stuff.
Yes.
So, super nice guy though. Super nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun to have them on.
And I'm excited about the Jedi Council before Episode 1. That sounds really interesting. So, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love the whole thing about Jedis. I love the thing, just that lore. I don't know about going backwards for me, if that makes sense. Going backwards, like, and all. I mean, will I check it out? More than likely, probably. But I am. See, I'm going to go into spoilers. Sorry, I'm going into our main content. Sorry, no, I'll wait. I'll save it.
Is it Talk Like a Pirate Day today?
What day is that?
I don't even know.
If you know in the comments, please put it. Or please know.
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's in the summer, and then I think it's in the fall. I have no idea.
When is it Talk Like a Pirate Day?
September 19th.
Oh, Megan found it September. Oh, it's coming up
in 10 days.
In 10 days. Ahoy, mateys.
You're right on track for Talk Like a Pirate Day. Oh my gosh.
International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
All right. All right. We're not here for Talk Like a Pirate Day.
We're just getting everybody ready so they could all join in. Ahoy, mates.
Ahoy, mate. All right. That's all I got for the geeky news. But I figured it was really important that we talk about John Jackson Miller's book since we've had him on the podcast.
Absolutely.
All right, you ready to jump into some geekdar?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
Arr, shiver me timbers. Let's talk geekdar.
Some would say the same about us. I actually have no real geekdar this week. Just haven't been real busy watching. Well, I've been watching some documentary type stuff, but nothing really for the geekdar, unless you count buying my Blackstone griddle for camping. Which I am looking forward to cooking on that. That's going to be
nice.
But I understand that you have some geekdar for us.
I do. So two things. One is I started listening to, I can't say really watching because I'm listening to it kind of while I'm working, but the Amazon Prime's Wheel of Time Season 2. And I'm going to say this. It's kind of going through the second book called The Great Hunt. And I absolutely hate it.
Wow.
I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to say right now, I'm not going to finish it.
Now we covered season 1.
Yeah. In this one, in season 2, they did it where Moraine lost her powers, and Moraine is the key, one of the main key characters who kind of drives kind of the story. The story really is about Rand al'Thor, who is kind of like the chosen one character kind of a thing, who's the guy who's gonna beat evil and all that kind of stuff, super powerful. And the story itself is really good, but they've done it where she lost her powers. Well, in the book, she never loses her powers. And it's just anytime you go through and you start changing kind of the main story and their role and what that is, I'm sure they're wanting to do it for the show, but if they're going to do that, it tells me what else are they going to do.
So you're saying that the book is much more better?
The book is much more better. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So then also, if anybody wants to comment below, if you like it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Not saying I won't talk about it. I don't know if I'll finish it because everybody knows how picky I am about my time and what I watch. So yeah. So I probably won't listen to it anymore, kind of a thing. All right. But more importantly, my second item for geekdar is
this is cool. This is neat.
I'm going to put it up on the screen, everybody. And if you're listening, what this is Hershey's has done kind of a Hershey candy bar. milk, just a regular old milk chocolate candy bar, has new DC superhero cards or car bars, or kind of thing. But there is so a couple of things. One, there's 12 wrappers.
Wow.
I just got a couple of them. This one's number 3 of 12 is Batman. But I'm going to open this up because I want to show everybody kind of what's on the inside. So we do it live on the air. So maybe you'll hear me ripping it open, kind of a thing. And I'll be eating this while we're on the show today, too, by the way.
That'll annoy some people.
Now, this one has a Batman one. We also, here, I'll show everybody. There's a Superman cover. This one's number 5 out of 12. Has Superman on it. And then number 11, it has the Flash on it. Wonder Woman, I think, is actually number 1 of 12, but they didn't have it. So but if you look at the different chocolates, I'm gonna have to see if I can get this up on the screen. You've got the symbols.
That is cool
for all the ones. So you've got, oh, you know what? That's even different than what's on the on the thing. You've got Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. But that's not how it is stamped on the bar. So there's the Flash symbol. There's a BAM. Okay, here. I'm going to start clipping it and breaking it up to make it easier to see. So there's Superman symbol that's stamped, and then
into
one of
the chocolate.
You right?
Oh, cool. And BAM.
BAM.
And then the top one, I don't know what that top one is.
I don't know either.
That's interesting. I have no clue.
It looks like a tiara, possibly, but I don't know what that is, or a mustache.
It's a mustache. That's awesome.
Then here's the other one, real quick. Here's the Batman symbol, the Flash symbol, and Aquaman symbol.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's what those are. And then I actually put these in the fridge for the last couple hours so they wouldn't melt in my hand while I was trying to do it on the show. The next one looks like it's I'm not sure.
I can't see that top one.
Yeah, it's hard, but it looks like a Batmobile and then a Zap.
Cool. Nice.
Kind of a thing. And then the last one, there's the Wonder Woman symbol on the bottom. Then it's Wham. And then I have no idea what that is.
Cyborg. That's Cyborg.
Cyborg?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
so there you have it. And so right now I'm going to start off with munching on Cyborg symbol.
That's hilarious. Okay.
That's it for
me.
ready
to move.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're ready to move on to the
yes.
main event then. All right. Let's do that.
It's time for the main event. Oh my, this chocolate is so good.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's pretty cool, actually. I haven't seen those around here, but I haven't looking for them either. So
right,
that is so cool. Do what?
I wonder if the one you don't know is Wonder Girl.
I don't know. I don't know what
good
Wonder
call.
Girl.
Yes, because Wonder Girl is one of the covers.
Oh, maybe it is then. Cool.
Then there's 2 Green Lantern covers.
Oh, Megan's looking at them right now.
Oh, that's cool.
She went and looked them up online, so she's looking at them. I can see her screen from here.
That's funny. Okay.
You're kind of freezing up a little bit.
Okay.
I think your chocolate interfered with your connection.
Uh-huh. All right. Maybe
it's overpowering your connection or something goofy like that.
It's quite good. All right, are we ready? I have got to hear from you on Ahsoka. Everybody,
okay.
I'm just going to be upfront with you. This is all spoilers. I'm just saying it up front now. It's spoilers. There's so much to talk about. There's not even time to do a walkthrough. I assume that you've seen it, everybody. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Watch it again. Maybe even a third time because it's so good. And then come back and listen to the show. That's what I'm saying, because I want us to go into what we liked about it right off the bat, because I have a lot of questions for you, Mike.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What are we choosing for our rating on this one? Did we use the map ball yet?
No,
Okay.
I don't
I
think we
say
did.
we use the, I don't know what you call that, the map ball, whatever in the world they called it.
Hey, for all of you Dora Explorer fans, I'm the map. I'm the map.
Now I
I'm
just
the map.
lost your volume, Steven.
You sound funny.
I don't even hear
s-
Steven.
You don't hear me at all?
I don't hear you.
Very interesting.
I completely lost your volume.
Well, everybody, we may be having some technical difficulties today.
Siri, shut up. Steven, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, stop. I don't know why Siri's talking. Huh. I don't hear Steven at all. I think he's trying to go out and come back in and see if we can hear him. If you guys can hear him. Oh, John Kramer's saying that he hears both of us. I don't hear Steven. Once he comes back in, I might have to leave the room and see if I can. All right, he's coming back.
Okay, I'm back in.
There we go. John Kramer said he could hear both of us, but I couldn't hear you. We're having some weird issues today.
Hi, John. Hey, thank you so much, John. I appreciate the help on that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, John.
We're just going to keep going. Mike, if you can't hear me, tough luck. I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
Well, it's going to be hard for us to have a conversation if I can't hear your side of it, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
Like you ever hear my side of the conversation? No, just kidding.
Well, maybe I just muted you so I don't have to hear you.
maybe. Awesome. John, welcome to the show. Glad you're here.
I wouldn't do that. Well,
I know you wouldn't.
Maybe I wouldn't do it. All right. Anyway, so we're going to use the maps as our rating system today. So overall, I thought this was probably the best episode we've seen yet. Okay. I loved what I saw, the interaction between all of our main characters. I loved the conflict that we got between our antagonist and our protagonist in this. Some of the best lightsabers fights we've seen in a while, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I like the way Sabine handles herself. Not sure how I feel about her choice just yet. And then the ending was freaking awesome. To quote the little kid from Incredibles, that was awesome.
Right.
So I will give this a 9 out of 10, which is my highest score so far on the Ahsoka series. A 9 out of 10 star maps, whatever.
Star maps, sure. Yeah, star map. Sounds good. Okay. Well, for me,
Morning, Angie.
This is the hi, Angie. Well, here's the dealioso. I think it is the best Disney Plus Star Wars episode we've gotten yet.
Oh, wait, you're including Mandalorian out of that? And
I'm including, I enjoy Mandalorian, don't get me wrong, but I think it's better than Mandalorian. This episode.
Wow. I don't know if I can go that far, but
that's okay.
Wow.
I give this a 10 out of 10.
That's wow.
Wow. Yeah, I would definitely say that this is a 10 out of 10 for me. And because this is Star Wars through and through. It was fast paced. There wasn't any lag, kind of a thing. It was good storytelling. We got some great revelations. We got, as I joked, about, old Jedi or ex Jedi beards. The reason I said that is I love what we're seeing with our antagonists. And even then there's questions on whether or not, how do you say his name again?
Balin.
Balin. Yeah.
Balin Skol.
Skol. I was getting hung up on there. So we're seeing just him, his interactions, who he is. Is he a conflicted character? Is he not? We just don't know. He's just such a good antagonist. His apprentice, I totally enjoy. I love
Shin
Andrew's.
Hati.
Yeah.
I'm learning their names finally. It took me 4 episodes, but I got it. It's
That's
Balin
all right.
Skol, Shin Hati, and Morgan Elsbeth. I finally got him down.
Yeah. One of our listeners, I think it's Andrew Staples. It always posts pictures of Shin Hati.
Yeah, he seems to have a crush on Shin.
Right. I love it. And then just what they're doing, those characters. He
got a Shin Hati t-shirt this week too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And then we got to see all of the characters involved. Everyone had a part. I mean, kind of a thing. And it was just good storytelling. So anyway, I give it 10 out of 10. It was great. I'd watched it again. And you guys know if I watch something a second time, that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. It's not just a big deal. It's a huge deal.
I loved it. So I don't want to go too much into spoilers till it hits spoilerific territory, but it's a 10 out of 10. It's the best Star Wars episodic Disney Plus Star Wars that we have gotten.
Wow.
And I absolutely love it.
I didn't give it a 10 only because I knock a point off for a technical aspect that we will get into.
I probably know what you're talking about, and I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I think you do know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But we'll get into that a little bit. It's just, it's just something I didn't like the look of, but the excitement of what was going on just kind of overrid that. It's like, okay, I can deal with it just because of what's going on.
Right.
But that's the only reason I would knock it down. Otherwise, I think it was great. It was so good.
Yeah. Angie, no Steven skips. None whatsoever. And in fact, there were Steven, what do you say, backward skips to rewatch stuff.
To rewatch stuff.
There was one scene I did the backwards thing to go watch again, probably 2 to 3 times, because I was like, wait a minute, what did I just see? But I'll get into that. So yes.
Awesome. Okay,
rewind. Thank you, Brenda. Rewind. A Steven replay. Ooh, replay. That's probably the better.
We don't
word.
get many Steven replays. It's usually just Steven skips. So
that is correct.
I did watch it twice. I watched it Tuesday night, right after its premiere. By the way, I like the whole Tuesday night at 8:00. It gives me the feel of old school television. When you could only watch TV. Like the Dukes of Hazzard always came on at Friday nights, 7:00. Friday night, 7:00. I'm in front of that TV because I'm not going to miss the Dukes. And this just gives me that feeling, that old school television feeling, and I enjoy that. I like that. Because I feel like we're all watching it mostly at the same time then, because you can't watch it at 12 midnight, which I'm asleep at 12 midnight.
I know, right?
Especially on a Tuesday night. I can't do that. And I've had people like for Mandalorian and Obi-Wan, they'll like message me, have you watched it yet? No, I didn't watch it. I just got up. Are you nuts? And I'm on my way to work. I can't watch it. That kind of thing. So I really like the whole Tuesday night at 8:00. I think it was a good idea for them, in my opinion. And I know some people don't like to watch their TV like that anymore because we have the choice of, you can watch it anytime you want, which you can still watch it anytime you want. It's just you have to wait till 8:00 on Tuesday night. So I enjoy that a lot. I have to say, when I said that I loved the interaction between our heroes, I loved when they're coming off the ship. Well, actually, before we get into that, so we have Huang. He's trying to repair the ship, and he comes out and you could tell Ahsoka is like, she can almost feel something in the Force. You could just see it in her face, and she tells him, "Be careful out here." So I think she anticipated something was going to happen. And I have to say, I was really impressed with Huang. He handled himself really well with the HK droids. In fact, if he would have had his sabers, I think he could have taken them out.
Does he have sabers technically?
Well,
I mean, I know he did the training thing, but I didn't know if he was actually a.
Well, I don't, but he should
Maybe
have.
he is.
Why not? I mean, he's got the capabilities.
Mhm.
So, yes, he's not a Jedi, but Sabine's carrying around a saber, and she's not a Jedi either. So,
Right.
so why?
Right.
Why? At least, in my opinion, Huang's more of a Jedi than she is, and he's a droid. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I say let him carry a saber. I don't understand why he doesn't get to carry
Right.
something for defense. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
And
Brenda,
I think
you're killing me. Look what Brenda said in the chat.
Oh yes, we commented about that when he started fighting with him. I went right away. I was like, "Rock 'em, sock 'em, robots!"
Yeah,
that was so cool. That's exactly what it looked like too.
Yep.
That
it absolutely looked like it.
That would have been awesome if he would have hit the HK droid and like his head would have popped up or something. That's the only thing that we needed in that. But yeah, I really like that.
Popped out. That is so good. When I go back and watch, because I'll watch this episode again.
Oh, I will too.
I'm so gonna think that his head pops off and is like rock 'em, sock 'em, robots. And I'm saying, I'm not making fun of that scene. I think just saying rock 'em, sock 'em, robots just enlightens and makes that scene even more fun because like that's what's happening.
It's fun to say. I mean, and you're watching it, and that's exactly what you see. So I really like that. I thought that was great. And then I love it when Sabine and Ahsoka are walking away. And granted, I want to know the context between this with this conversation, because as they're walking away, Huang stops them and says, "Stay together. I always thought you two were better together."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I want some context to this. I know it's during that time between Rebels and the Ahsoka series.
Yeah,
and I want some context. Dude, you know what happened?
Yeah, I don't, and here's why.
Well, good. You don't have to watch it.
No. I just mean in the aspect of this whole thing about Sabine possibly maybe Jedi training or whatever. I just don't I don't know if I really like it nor care. Now, do I want to see her as a skilled warrior? And I think she's great to have a lightsaber, and fight with one. Yeah, I think that's cool. But as far as her having powers, we kind of get a scene with that where I love where Shin Hati was like, you have no power, kind of.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was great. I agree with her too.
Right. I agree as well. So that's why I really don't care about kind of,
okay. Well, let me explain a minute. First of all, Angie said, I feel like he was referencing since Ahsoka wasn't with Sabine for a while. I mean, yes, that there's.
Oh, okay. I could go with that. Yeah, I like that.
Well, okay, yeah, he hasn't been with her, or they haven't been together for a while. But he's not referencing Rebels though. He's referencing that time period in between, because she says that she walked away from Sabine's training, just like she walked away from Ahsoka's training, just like Ahsoka walked away from Anakin. She said that in the first episode. Mm-hmm. And even Huang asks her, mentions, so you haven't continued your training. I can tell, So I just don't understand this. Why did Ahsoka feel that she should try and train Sabine in the ways of the Force? Obviously there was some training there. What was going on? What led up to that? That's all. I just want to know that part of it. I don't understand it. and it kind of boggles my mind as we're going through this series. So
Gotcha.
that's what I'm referring to. And I think it's during that time period because obviously Huang is with them for that time period. And he wasn't with Sabine and Ahsoka together in Rebels. He knows Ahsoka from Clone Wars when he was training the younglings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he knows Ahsoka. So yeah, at some point, Huang and Ahsoka come back together too after that. So there's a story there too that could be told. And I know these could probably be told in comic books or in novels or something like that. And I'm sure something will come along in the future. But
Right.
I just want to know that. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me.
That's all right.
Okay, we can move on.
That's all right. Okay. Okay. All
Move,
right. All right.
move along. Move along.
Move along. All right. Well, here's something I want to do is I really want to talk about what you liked best about this episode.
Oh my gosh. Sabine and Shin's battle. Love that because I felt Sabine relied more on her Mandalorian skills than although she tried to do the force push thing and realized, oh crap, I can't. And that's when Shin Hati's like, you have no power. I'm gonna kill you. So on and so forth. But I love that battle. And then Shin Hati pulls off a Batman move. She freaking throws down a smoke bomb and disappears just like Batman.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Who knew Shin Hati was Batman?
Right?
Who knew that? I didn't know that.
Or maybe not be Batman, but maybe a Lady Shiva move from Batman. I'm just kidding. Okay, we're nerding out different. We're crossing the streams, everybody.
Yeah, but it was so cool. It was, I don't know. It just gave me Batman feels. I love that. The battle between Ahsoka and Balin Skol, that was freaking amazing. I felt like Balin was holding back in the beginning of the battle, and then he just let loose. I felt like he was testing her to see how good she was, and then he was like, okay, you're gonna get it now, and just let loose. And I loved it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved how he was holding that lightsaber as if it was a excuse me everyone, but a bastard sword. You know, one of those big, huge, ginormous swords that have weight and power.
Like the broadswords.
A broadsword, yes. Yes,
so
yes.
Going back to Lucas's original idea of the lightsabers, because we talked about that last week or the week before last, where Mark Hamill had discussed in one of the makings of that when they were filming his first lightsaber battle with Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back, Lucas had told him, you have to hold this as if it's got weight. These are like broadswords. It's more like a Japanese samurai. And yeah, I agree with you. This felt more like the Japanese samurai battles that George Lucas originally envisioned.
Yep. Mike, do me a favor.
Good call.
Do check your microphone setting to see which microphone you have yours set at. No. In StreamYard. Which one it says you're using? All right. While he's doing that, everybody, I thought the battle scene there at the map, because I love the map room. I love that map room. The whole thing with the, you've got the ball map and you've got this whole area. In all openness, when I first originally saw that in the trailers, I thought, oh my goodness, they're in the world between worlds kind of a thing. We got more of that coming up. But it wasn't, but it was still a great place to have a battle. And I was just like, what? And to see the fight sequence does, Mike, I really like how you put that. It does remind me of the old style Kurosawa, and also who's it? The blind swordsman, the old Japanese blind swordsman's what is it?
I don't remember. I don't know the name of the character. Are you hearing me better?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry. I don't know.
I'm hearing you.
Maybe
I'm hearing you much more better, and I bet you we'll be able to hear Megan now too.
Let's see, Megan.
Hi.
Yeah, hi Megan.
Oh, maybe it was
Hi.
my settings that was messed up then.
So, yes, it did take back. Now that you state that about with George Lucas and the whole samurai thing, I think you're spot on.
Chirrut
Sure.
is the right.
Well, he's.
Oh, no.
I think Steven was referring to.
Oh,
There's an actual Japanese movie with the blind
There's-
blind swordsman or blind samurai,
Mhm.
something to that extent. I know some other Star Wars shows have talked about him, and I don't remember the name.
is that Tochi?
That might be it.
Yes.
It
Right.
comes up on Google. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Zatoichi. Yeah, the blind.
So if we got friends in
movies.
Japan, you can tell us if we're.
You can
pronouncing
correct
it
us.
I feel like
correctly.
what
You can
Steven
yell at us and make fun of us of our American attempt.
No, that's fine. I'll be honored to be made fun of by Japanese, by any Japanese friends out there.
Hey, we just want to be respectful and pronounce it right. We
Oh,
are
yeah, I
trying
know,
to do
I
our
know.
best. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. If they want to make fun of us, I'd be honored. That's fine. I
Yeah.
have no issues with that. I don't know if we've had any Japanese listeners. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen any Japanese listeners. But
It's all good.
if so, welcome.
So what else did you like?
Well, are we going to jump right into it?
Yeah, we should.
The world in between worlds. We got it. We're here. Oh,
Mhm.
I want to know how Ahsoka got into it, though. So I rewatched the Rebels episode with the world between worlds, which is where this comes from, and they got into that one because Ezra, there's a mural in the Jedi Temple, I believe it was. They're on Lothal. I think they're on Lothal at that point. And you see the image in the mural of the Mortis trilogy, the 3 or 1, the father, the daughter, and the son. And he goes up and he touches the hand of the daughter, and that changes the position of the mural and opens up the portal into the world between worlds.
Right. Talk
So-
about interactive user interfaces.
Yeah, really. That's good. I like that.
Why, thank you.
So
I've been
yeah,
saving it all day. Just saying. I got more. I got more of them, everybody. I'm just kidding.
No, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, but before that happened, so during Ahsoka's battle with Balin, he knocks her off the cliff. Now, I got to say something here. So, just before I watched this episode, I
Uh-huh.
was watching Emergency Awesome. Okay,
Okay.
or not Emergency Awesome. Star Wars Theories. I apologize.
Yeah.
So I was watching Star Wars Theories. Sometimes he has this other guy that's on. He has a show.
Yeah, he's
too,
from
like-
a Den of Nerds.
Den of Nerds. That's right. So it was like a 5-minute episode, and it just was entitled "Crazy Theory."
Yeah,
And I was like, okay. Did you watch this?
I did. It's a clip from they did a super long session together. And
Okay.
it was probably the one clip out of all that I thought was interesting, but also I was like, yeah, that's stupid.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
You finish. I'm so sorry. You finish. Go ahead.
Okay. So Den of Nerds, he says, okay, I get this crazy theory. And I don't know their actual names. So Star Wars Theory is like, okay, shoot, what is it? And he goes, Ahsoka's gonna die in this episode. And immediately I was like, what in the heck is wrong with you? I mean, come on. The show is named Ahsoka, and they're gonna kill her off mid-season. That would just be stupid, you know. And and the comments, are you high? What is wrong with you? Blah blah
Right.
blah, you know. And I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, he's nuts.
And then we get to that moment in episode 4 when Balin knocks her off the cliff, and I went, "Oh,
Right.
no, he can't be right." I almost had a Darth Vader moment. No.
Oh god.
And then
we should have had that clip play right there.
no. I thought I had it.
That's
I
all
don't
right.
think I have it in our sound clips on here. I might have it
Yeah.
on a soundboard somewhere. Yeah, I almost lost it. I was like, no, this isn't right.
Mhm.
And then the next thing, well, then we go into his confrontation with Sabine, and
Mhm.
basically
Which is so good.
oh yeah,
So
and
good.
and we'll talk more about that in a minute, because I want to go
Mhm.
back to what happens with Ahsoka. So then Ahsoka wakes up in the world between worlds. So
Yes.
that's the big question. How does she get into the world between worlds?
Right.
Is Anakin pulling her into it? Or is Darth Vader pulling her into it? Dun,
Mm,
dun, dun.
if you want me to pick between the two, I say it. I do say it's. I think it's Anakin Skywalker pulling her in.
Okay.
And here's why. The only reason I say that I think it's him and not Darth Vader is if it was Darth Vader, that'd be Dark Side. But if you remember, when we first interacted with World Between Worlds and Rebels, the Emperor could not walk in. He couldn't just walk into the World Between Worlds. Now,
Right.
he was trying to use his Jedi, or excuse me, his Sith black magic kind of a thing to get in and still attack them, but he couldn't get in there, even though he was wanting to get in. Now, that's why I think it's a Jedi world, not a Sith kind of a thing. But I could be wrong. Don't get me.
See, I disagree. I don't think it's either Sith or Jedi. I think it's
Okay.
just the Force. Almost the Speed Force. Crossing streams
I
again.
like that.
Yeah. I almost feel that this is like the Flash's Speed Force. That's kind of what I feel, because yeah, Reverse Flash, he's been able to use the Speed Force also. And I think this is a similar thing. I think the Emperor just has to learn how to get into it. But you got to remember, there's been some time passed between when Ezra accessed it and Palpatine was trying to get into it, and now when Ahsoka is in it. And if you remember, and I remember well because I rewatched it this morning, Ezra pulled Ahsoka out of the battle between her and Darth Vader
just before he sliced her in half.
right just before he killed her. So
yeah, just before he pulled a Darth Maul on Ahsoka.
That's right. So, and then in this scene, so we get the cringy moment of, "Hey, Snips,"
Right.
which I had mixed feelings. I hate the whole Snips Sky Guy
I know
thing.
you
Thank
do.
God she didn't say Sky Guy. Oh gosh. And it'll be
Right.
even worse if R2D2 shows up and she says R2E. I'm gonna
Right.
lose my crap. Anyway, but I was just super excited. I'm like, oh, freaking awesome! Anakin's here. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. I love it.
Mhm.
And she turns around and there's Anakin. Now, some people say, and I paused it and I tried to be able to see it, and it's just not clear enough for me to get a good enough picture of it. But there are people out there that believe that his saber is not Anakin's saber, it's Vader's saber.
Yeah, Star Wars Theory said no, it is Anakin's saber because of the way it's being on the how it hangs. He said it's either bottom or top, and he said something about it, there's a certain way of how it is, but he was saying it was Anakin's for sure.
Okay, then why did they play the Imperial March?
Right? I don't know.
And it could be argued just because he's not in the Vader costume, because when Anakin goes into the temple in Revenge of the Sith, he is Darth Vader at that point. I mean, I know this has been debated through Star Wars fandom.
Ooh, I like that, but I didn't see his has his eyes changed yet?
No, but he's in, he could be trying to trick her, and he is in the world between worlds. And I don't see the scar in his face either. Now Rebel Force Radio, Jason Mag, I'm putting the two of them
Jason
together.
Swank.
Jason Swank said that he paused it and he could just slightly see the scar over Anakin's eye, but I couldn't see it at all. I think he wants to see it and he's not. I don't know. But again, that could all be a force trick, that could just be, I don't know. Because my big thing is whether he's got Anakin's saber or he's got Vader's saber, they play Darth Vader's theme, the Imperial March theme at the you hear the beats of the Imperial March. And my thinking is Anakin was Palpatine pronounced Anakin as Darth Vader before he put him in the suit. And when he went into the Jedi Temple, he slaughtered the younglings, which is a gut-wrenching scene. But I mean, it establishes who he is, so I get it. When he does that, he is Darth Vader. He may not be in the suit, but he's Darth Vader. So that's why I question, is Anakin pulling her in or is Darth Vader pulling in? Because Darth Vader could be pulling her in to say, I want to finish the fight we started.
I don't know. I will say this of everything else. I am very much looking forward to number 5.
Oh yeah.
1, 2, Ahsoka number 5. That's the one that's gonna be alive. All right. So anyway,
well, I think we're gonna get more Anakin in that too. So.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm really interested in it. I have a confession to make.
Oh, confession time.
Yes. One of my
Do we need like a special bumper for confession?
Right. Oh.
Yes, my son.
Here's the dealio. So bye Angie.
Bye,
Thanks for
Angie.
hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Here's the, how shall I say this? There's this whole thing. Everybody had their theory. Everybody and their brother, mother, and dog had their theory about who Merrick was.
Oh, yes. I want to talk about that. I had my theory.
Yeah, and with what happened with that, and we'll get into that. I don't want to spoil that. But the issue is what happened with that made me go, I really wasted all that time on theories, and then this is what we get. And I don't want to theorize anymore.
I don't think that's I
know, but I'm just saying that's how I felt. I'm not saying that's the actual case, but that's how I felt.
But it's fun. That stuff's the fun part of all of this, is theorizing and coming up with ideas of what could be,
Right.
Am I disappointed with it? Slightly, because I wanted Starkiller.
I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought what occurred was really cool. Don't get me wrong, but I was
It
just
was weird.
It was, but I was just like, and so this whole thing about what's happening in the world between worlds, I just caused me to want to watch the next episode even much more to watch.
Oh, okay. I was getting ready for it. I'll take a drink anyway.
We're all drinking anyway.
We should probably explain that, because I know we've got some new viewers and stuff. So we have our own saying, much more betterer. And
yes.
And every time we say much more better, it's kind of our two geeks drinking game. So we take a drink, and
so we all have our energy drinks, our coffees.
I got iced coffee. So
I got my Rockstar Energy. We are not supported by Rockstar, but that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. And we're not supported by any particular coffee. I would love to be, though. If you're a coffee supplier and you want to sponsor Two Geeks, I'll be glad to mention you on the show.
Hey, Rockstar, if you're watching, look at all my Rockstar tabs for their membership program.
I could do that for Monster.
Dang. Yeah, right. Megan drinks a lot of Monster.
I love Monster.
I'm not big on energy drinks. Not huge on it.
That's all right.
Okay. All right.
Like
so
coffee.
Before we move over to Morocco, I do want to state, so the one thing The one thing that I was disappointed was
Uh-huh.
I didn't like Anakin's de-aging. I didn't think it looked very good. I'm a little disappointed with Disney because I thought they did a fantastic job on Mark or Luke Skywalker's character for Mandalorian. I think he looked great. In fact, they went out of their way to hire a guy that was proving that he could do better on YouTube. And they're like, we want this guy. And so when they had Luke in the next season of Mandalorian, he actually did the face swap for all that stuff. And I don't know, I just felt the Anakin one looked odd. Granted, my excitement that he was there overrided the look, but there's still just that little annoying, come on, you guys can do better, or don't even de-age him. I mean, they didn't de-age him in The Mandalorian or in Obi-Wan. In fact,
for that sequence, the
with
training sequence
with him and Obi-Wan.
Mhm.
In fact, he and Ewan McGregor discuss it in one of the little makings of or whatever. And Ewan's laughing. He goes, yeah, they decided they were going to do some work to my face, but they said Anakin still looked, they said that Hayden Christensen still looked young enough that they didn't need to do his. Well, if he looked young enough, then just let it go. And I don't even care, honestly. It's fine. Just let him go, let him act, and don't de-age him. Just because it looked odd. No one's gonna care. Just let it
I'm
go.
looking forward to seeing the next episode of really kind of how they do it and how it looks. So
Yeah,
I thought,
next
it was only
episode
for a moment.
I've heard we're gonna get a lot of Anakin in the next episode. So
Okay.
that's
Which
what I've
means-
heard. Oh, yeah. And I just found out they're actually going to be airing episode 5 in select theaters.
I
So
heard that.
something huge is going to happen. My prediction is we're getting more Anakin in it, and I'll bet you Thrawn shows up.
Yeah.
Because why would they have this premiere? It's not. Why would they show it in theaters? The 5th episode of the season,
In theaters.
if you're not going to have Thrawn's entrance.
You think it's going to be longer than a half hour?
I hope so. If it's going to be shown in
If
theaters,
it's going to be shown in theaters, it better be more than half an hour.
yeah, it definitely. Because are you going to pay theater prices to watch a half-hour episode?
Yeah, no.
Right. Doctor Who, the season, the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, which by the way was 10 years ago, because they're getting ready to do the 10th or the 60th, in November. I remember the 50th was shown in theaters, and I went and seen that, but that was an hour and a half, I think, and it was well worth it too. It was freaking amazing. I love the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Fantastic. Not a big fan of the 13th Doctor, but that's a different story.
Right.
Anyway, and we're not talking Doctor Who today. But yeah, so yeah, they better show more than 30 minutes in the theater.
I'm curious what the runtime is. I wonder if they've stated what the runtime is.
I haven't heard. All I heard was
of...
chatter a couple times. One, it was said on Rebel Force Radio, and I think Emergency Awesome also stated that it was going to be shown in select theaters. I don't know if it's going to be around me at all. I haven't really looked, but we're going to be camping, so I can't see it in the theater anyway.
Google says 49 minutes.
49.
Okay.
Man, even 49 minutes seems short for a theater. They're going to have to put something with it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Put something with it?
Give you like some kind of documentary before it or something special before. Cause I don't know. 49 minutes still even seems too short for a theater. Theater prices. You're talking like $14 a ticket for normal theater prices,
Right.
unless there's going to be a reduced price
or some kind of special event where you get free stuff.
Is it showing the price, Megan? Got our Tito trying to find the
I
prices.
was trying to figure out where it was showing.
Well, yeah, you could do that, but I can't go see it.
The closest
The tickets are free.
is Chicago. Anyway.
What? What did you say, Steven?
According to Looper.com, in an unprecedented move, the next episode of Ahsoka will have a limited release in select theaters, and tickets are free. Assuming you're able to get in.
Well, yeah. Okay, free. Now that's different. Free, I'm more than willing to go see it in the movie theater then.
It's a first come, first served basis.
Wow. I guess they're just banking on well, I guess the theaters are just banking on making buck off of popcorn and soda and candy and such.
Right.
I don't know how Disney makes money off of that though.
They don't.
Unless the theaters have to, I guess the theaters have to pay a fee to get it. That's the only way Disney could make any money, but they're not going to make much money off of that. You make most of your money off your ticket sales. So
Yeah,
I don't know. That one boggles
model. It's a different model nowadays. They're probably trying something different.
I get it.
Maybe that'll get people to go see it. Or, hey, we went and saw this episode in the theater because it was free. We were able to get in, but now we're going to get Disney Plus. We're going to do a Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah, you're probably right. They could.
Yeah, they better do something because after Ahsoka, I'm pausing my Plus subscription.
Well, I just signed up for Hulu because I got Hulu Plus, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus, all for $72 a month, and I was paying $72 a month for YouTube TV, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Basically, I get the same thing, but I'm also getting ESPN and I'm getting Disney. Yeah, I'm gonna switch and get rid of YouTube TV. So
Right
not that we're sponsored by Hulu Plus and Disney and ESPN.
Right.
Again, if you guys want to, Steven won't cancel his subscription.
Right.
All right. So we got to go on to Morocco then.
Yes, go for it.
Morocco. So, yes, everyone had theories. Let's kind of go over some of the theories. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
So there was a theory that it could be Ezra Bridger, and I hated that theory. I'm like, well, that makes no sense because that puts Ezra on the dark side, and I don't want Ezra to be on the dark side.
Agreed.
So that I thought that was a bad choice. There were some theories that it was Cal Kestis from the video game, which again that puts him on the dark side.
Agreed.
So that doesn't make sense to me.
That's too
right.
Yeah.
There were theories that it was Kanan, and I hated that theory because I'm like, no, Kanan died. He died a hero's death, and I want him to stay dead.
I'm not going to cheapen that hero's death, by golly.
Right. To quote Pet Cemetery, sometimes dead is better. And in this case, I say dead is better. Then there was the theory that I subscribed to was that it was Starkiller. And I so wanted that to be true. I thought that made the most sense. I thought it would have worked out great. And then Ahsoka, it was Ahsoka that took him out, right? I think it was, it was Ahsoka because she was battling him, and then Sabine was battling Shin Hati. But Ahsoka
Shin the Hati.
Shin the Hati.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are labeling her as.
Yeah.
But she takes him out, and then all of a sudden we get this like green smoke.
Yeah. Okay,
now,
everybody, hang on just a second. Let me
oh, do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Okay.
Share.
While you're getting that, so Jimmy and Jason were talking about that on Rebel Force Radio, and I always watch it with the subtitles on. Oh, okay, here we go.
All right. Oh.
All right, so we got Sabine and Hati. And then there's the strike. I love how they both turn and look too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh
We could-
crap.
We could have been walking through this whole thing, and because I finally figured out how to share it, that it doesn't realize that it's being picked up, that it's streaming. If that
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
every time I try to do it, it says no, you can't share this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sharing my computer, not my screen, if that makes sense. In the settings. But anyway, so
Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, let me see if I can get back to where it shows.
It's really dark for me.
It is. I don't know how to lighten it. That's the
Yeah.
problem with some of these is how dark it gets. Let's see if I can pause it right at the.
Slices right through it.
So, gosh, I don't know how else to make this lighter, because that's the problem. That is one of the problems I'm having with a lot of shows, is they come up so dark
Yeah.
nowadays.
That's the way they're filming them now.
Yeah,
They make everything so dark.
they do. But anyway,
So,
okay. So
yeah.
the green goo comes out, or
Well,
green
now
smoke
that's the
comes
funny
out of 'em.
thing. Can you wait a minute? Can you get to the point where the green smoke comes out?
It is. That's what I'm showing.
Well, okay. According to Jimmy and Jason, the subtitles, and I did watch it with the subtitles both times, but he says that the subtitles say it's black smoke, but I saw green on screen. I didn't see black.
It's green.
I
And
don't
even
know.
my subtitles are up, and it says it's exploding hiss, or
Right.
exploding hiss and screams. Here, let's see if I can pause it. It doesn't show anything else about that.
Okay,
it's
hold on.
black
Keep
smoke.
playing though. Keep playing. Because then they turn and look.
Go!
Yeah, I couldn't see it at all. I don't know, but they claimed it was black. I think it was green, and I think the green signifies that he was actually conjured up by Morgan Elsbeth, since she has the ties to
The Night Sister magic is green.
Yes, I believe she's using the Night Sister magic.
Oh, here, I know how we can double check too. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Everybody, hang on. I should have done this from the very beginning. I'm sorry, you guys.
It is a fantastic scene too.
Yeah, where'd she go?
Okay, Steven's scrubbing through right now.
I am. I'm trying to find where she. Jason Sandula. Okay, here, watch. Okay, here she goes. Let's see what color her magic is. So everybody, we're back to the map room area, or the. Look at it. You can see it. That's green.
Yes,
It's green magic.
right. But I was referring to the smoke that comes out of him when
Right. And I'm,
Ahsoka.
I'm just confirming that her magic is green. So therefore, there's credence to what you said. Yes.
Oh well, thank you.
I'm just supporting you. Supporting. Ooh, that's a cool picture. There's the picture of the
That looks awesome.
map with the green flame underneath. So yeah. So okay, so yes, so you're saying Merrick is Night Sister magic.
That's what I believe. I mean, with the
Interesting.
green smoke coming out, I think that really signifies that that's what he is.
Right.
So technically, Marok was nobody.
Yep.
So I saw a meme earlier this week. It showed a picture of Dave Filoni holding up a sign, and somebody replaced whatever was on it, because I don't think Dave Filoni actually said this. I've heard this statement, and somebody else said it wasn't Dave Filoni. But Dave Filoni's holding up a sign, and it was in the Kenner lettering. That's why I say somebody replaced it. And it says, your Marok theory sucks.
Yeah. Here you go.
All right. Yeah, there we go.
The Vader theme plays.
Vader theme right there. Vader theme, which is the Imperial March.
Yeah.
So that's why I question.
Yeah. There's your picture. He doesn't look that bad.
I don't know, it just looks odd.
We're back at the end, everybody. I shot us to the end so we could show the whole thing with
Yeah,
what
Steven's
it looks like.
showing the scene with Anakin's face, and I don't know. I think it looks odd. It just I don't know. It does not look real. It doesn't feel real to me, and I know it's not, but it kind of bugs me. That's my only issue with the episode, though. I have no other issues other than that. Everything else was fine. Even the fact that Marok turned out not to be Starkiller, I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. Move along.
Right on. All right. Anything else about this episode that you need to
go watch it? Go watch it. That's all I can say. Go watch it.
I subscribe to the theory that Anakin pulled her out.
Okay.
Yeah. That all she gets being pulled back in. She leaves and she keeps pulling her back, into the world between worlds.
What is that from? That sounds something familiar.
It does sound familiar. I can't remember at all, but
we watch so much
keep
media.
Pulling me back in.
Right.
Yeah.
We watch so much media, some of this starts to run together.
It sure does. Yeah. I am looking forward to seeing if we get the owl, the representation of the sister. Because we saw the owl in Rebels. The owl was in the world between worlds with her.
Right. Exactly.
So
and Ahsoka actually refers to her by name. She actually
really.
Yes.
I missed that.
I rewatched it this morning, and I had forgotten that too. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." She refers to her as the sister's name, so she is a representation. The owl is a representation of the sister, because the sister dies in that episode.
Right? Didn't the sister give her life to Ahsoka?
Yes. And then I think basically she's reincarnated, more or less, into the owl. Which the owl then follows Ahsoka around.
Yeah, we saw the owl in
several episodes.
The Mandalorian Jedi episode.
Yep. So I'm sure she'll turn up somewhere. I can't see. I mean, Filoni's doing this, so he's going to put the owl in there somewhere. Just like we're going to see a wolf somewhere too.
Right.
Filoni always has to have a wolf because he loves wolves. Yeah.
Somebody said that
Balin, I share that comment.
Balin and Shin is all Balin. The names are wolf names or something like that in some mythology or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw that.
Emergency Awesome also stated, and I didn't catch this until he showed it. There is actually on Hera's dashboard of her ship. There's actually a picture of Kanan. Of Freddie Prinze Jr.
Really?
As Kanan. Yeah. So maybe we'll get a flashback of because I don't want him coming back. But if we got a flashback and we got actually Freddie Prinze acting out Kanan live action, I think that'd be cool. That would be a neat sequence to see.
I don't know if we'd be able to see it or not.
See
what? I wonder if it was this episode they were saying that was the case.
Yeah, it was somewhere. It was somewhere in this episode, and it was on the dash. Somehow it almost looked like he zoomed in on it or something. But there is a picture of Kanan on there, which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Hera's gonna want to remember her husband,
right? Oh.
Did you find something?
No, I got a picture of front screen, but I can't tell. So no. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I probably should have took a screenshot of it, but I saw it this morning and I just didn't have the time. So, but you can go check out Emergency Awesome and see it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yep, we'll do.
Anything else we need to cover?
Other than that the big hyperdrive thing was really cool. I thought we were getting a holdo maneuver almost.
Oh God, don't even mention her. God, I can't stand and get a name of. Oh gosh, I don't
Right.
like
And I
her.
thought it
And
was still pretty
purple
cool
hair.
how it zapped. I mean, pew, it kind of,
Oh, that was a
when they-
great scene.
it was a great scene. We hadn't seen anything like that before, and I thought it
And
was great.
totally destroyed what 2 or 3 X-wings, which was pretty intense scene
Yeah.
right there.
Let me see if I can get the.
Just seeing those 2 X-wings go up in flames is like, whoa, holy
Right.
crap. I guess you shouldn't get too close to a hyperdrive.
Right. Here, let's do this. Here's the scene. I'll show it. Let's try this again.
All right. So Steven's bring. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. All right.
Carson, are you reading this?
That's a tremendous surge in power.
It's the hyperdrive. They're gonna jump.
I love Star Wars sound effects.
It's like one of the best sound effect sequence they've ever had. So let me see if I can. I'm going to pause it right now. There it is. Look at that. Look at that work.
Amazing.
See that?
Beautiful.
So yeah. Except for the loud bang part. Loud bang.
Oh, there is one other thing we got to mention.
Yeah, what's
And
that?
That's Jason.
Syndulla.
And, yeah. And he says, Mom, I got a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't say, I got a bad feeling about this, which
Yeah,
is
he
what
said I got a bad feeling.
which is what let's see, Luke said, which is what Princess Leia said, which is what Han Solo said, and then there's been many other characters beyond those.
Right.
So they are keeping up the tradition, at least, of somebody has a bad feeling. But that tells me Jason's feeling the Force, so we could get something later.
A little foreshadow. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
I think he's feeling the Force at that point. I got a bad
Right
feeling.
on.
So
Right
I know
on.
Han doesn't have the Force, but that's okay.
Right.
Han has intuition. That's different.
It's different, right?
And sometimes his intuition is stronger than the Force.
He probably has more force sensitivity than Sabine. Oh, just saying.
That was good. That was good. All right.
Cool beans.
I think that's all I got to say on this episode. Again, watch it.
I'm looking forward to seeing next week. Tuesday cannot come soon enough. At all. Absolutely.
I'll be in the camper. I hope I got enough data on our little portable data thing. I should have. I mean, it's only like 30. Well, it's 38 minutes, so I should have. I hope so.
Right. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Well, hey everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. Please check out our website, twogeeksmic.com, number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. There you will find all things Two Geeks, and that's where our hub. And from there, you can help support us. We have like a little $1 tier, $2 tier, or $3 tier that really helps us out. We just use it to pay the expenses to do the podcast. But you can go to ko-fi.com/2geeks, ko-fi.com/2geeks, number 2 GEEKS.com. Or if you want to reach out to us by email, show@twogeeksmic.com is a great way to hang out with us. So just let us know. We love to hear from you. If you've got your own thoughts and ideas, you can put those in the comments, especially about Ahsoka episode 4. I'd love to hear them. And make fun of Mike when you make your comments. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
You're a great sport. I appreciate it. So, hey, if you really want to try to do your own podcast and stuff, we recommend Podbean. We love Podbean. Absolutely have enjoyed our experience with Podbean. You can look into it and start your own. They do have a free plan just so you can test it out and see if you like it. But www.podbean.com/Trek Communicate, COMUNICATE, will take you to the page where you can choose a couple of different plans if you want. You can try the free plan, and the great thing about it helps you. They help you get your podcast on the platforms, all the platforms. Here's the instructions how to get on Apple. Here's the instructions on how to get on Google Podcasts. Here's the instructions on how to get on just almost every single one of them. And so even Stitcher, I think, and then I think there's doing some changes to some other platforms. I think one platform bought another platform, so there's some other changes. But anyway, Podbean is great. And if you decide to sign up, realistically, they're very affordable plans. The main one being only $9 a month. That's it. And it's unlimited. A lot of other podcast platforms limit how many hours you can have for your podcast. Podbean does not. Unlimited. And so it is splendorific. So please check them out if you're looking into it. Hey, and let us know. Anybody out there, if you're interested in starting your own podcast, let us know. We'll be glad to share our journey with you on all that we've learned and what we've done, and that we've done it little by little. We've upgraded our microphones little by little, all kinds of stuff. And it's just been an interesting journey, and we're more than happy to share that with you. Or if you're interested in us doing just a special episode on what we've done, let us know in the comments too as well. So, all right. Well,
when we started this, your first mic, I said, throw that thing away.
That is true. That is true. I was using the Snowball, the blue microphone Snowball.
And I hated it.
Yes. This is when we began to learn, everybody, that Mike was an audiophile.
A little
Just
bit.
saying.
A little bit. Yeah. This is true. All right.
Yeah. Anything else, Mike?
Yeah. If you made it this far, please make sure and like and subscribe to us on Facebook and on YouTube. Give the little bell a tickle so that you get reminders of every time we go live, like right now. We are live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest. And then I have started a new offshoot of our program called Mike Has Issues. The first one is up, and I go over Arlene Sorkin, paying tribute to her, the incredible actress who voiced Harley Quinn, one of my all-time favorite Batman animated characters. Love her, and I can't speak highly enough of Arlene and her incredible voice work. So check that out. I will get out another episode soon.
Okay.
I can't say when exactly, but because we got vacation this week, so I won't be working on it this week. But I do have a couple things in the works. Let's just put it that way.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to say exactly what they are. All right, is that it?
I think so.
I think we've covered everything. So with that said, over and out. And this is the way. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the Force be with you.